Hello everyone, good morning. In this video, I'm going to share a walkthrough of the workflow that I built recently, and I will share the link so that you can, if you want to, you can clone this workflow as well. So this workflow is focused on creating like marketing creatives, or just to put it simply, aesthetically pleasing images and videos where you can create an AI generated female or male model, and also have a product or an object of your likeness, and try to integrate seamlessly this product with that AI generated female model or influencer. So in my case, I went with this particular perfume called Poison Girl by Dior, and this is the, let me zoom out a bit, and yeah, this is the workflow that I've built. Now let me showcase or share how I decided, or how I began building this workflow. So a lot of time when we generate images of female or male influencer or model, AI generated models, we have this plasticky feeling, and then either you have to be like very good with prompting, or you have to use upscaler and also be good with the configuration or parameters that you need to choose from or play around with, just to get the skin pores or the textures of the human appearance, right? But that can be a lot of wastage of token, that can lead to a lot of wastage of token. In my case, I thought, okay, let's try to find some inspiration, and I found these images on Harper's Bazaar, I think that's the name of the website. And these images, you can see, are not very HDR or very high quality. However, they have this realism, and you feel the slight imperfection, and the perfection gives it the more realistic feel, that we don't feel like that this was created with the AI. So we tried to, or my aim was to replicate that. So what I did was, I found these 6-7 images. I passed it on to, firstly, to LLMs. So I wanted ChatGPT, Claude Opus, and Gemini Pro 2.5 to analyze this image separately. Why did I go for these three LLMs? Because for a lot of people, they either go with ChatGPT or Gemini or maybe Claude. I just wanted to test which LLM will perform better, and that's why I wanted to connect all the images to each and every LLM. I simply wrote this particular instruction, or you can say sort of a prompt, and it is very unconventional. So I said, analyze these images and share your detailed thoughts. Now please focus on the aesthetics, mood, common photography effects, feature, and taste. We can go further and analyze this as an award-winning photographer and editor who can find exact details that allow us to recreate this. We will use AI to turn the text to image later, and so we need to capture the soul of these, as most AI images are soulless and miss imperfections, which make things more distinct and raw. Now this is not a very good prompt or bad prompt, I don't know, but I was going with the vibes, and my mind and my thoughts and my ideas were flowing, so it is the result of that. So I just had to connect, you can say, text node, and I have to select a model here, and this is where I connected all the images that I had as references. So this is how you create or add a text node in Flora. Okay, for most people it might be like very straightforward, but I just wanted to highlight that. And this is the result from ChatGPT. We don't have to get into that, because you can easily spend your time on the workflow by cloning it. Same instruction was sent to GPT-5, that was Claude Opus 4, and this was Gemini 2.5 Pro. Then I connected all of these LLM to individual nodes, which is again a text node, where I asked it to create 4 different prompts. So I said, use the information provided to build 4 prompts that showcase a model in different poses, location, expressing her femininity, a different camera shot, etc. Use the knowledge of the aesthetics, mood, color grading, and try to build capable prompts for Midjourney. I said Midjourney because Midjourney is again one of the oldest text to image and image to image generator or tool or web app and for that reason the LLMs have a lot of information and knowledge on Midjourney. And also Midjourney has a stylistic flair and aspect to it, so we are aiming already in that direction, even though we will not be using Midjourney because it's not accessible, it's a closed source tool. So but we can still try to aim for getting the stylistic film and again the same vibes that we already started with the reference images. So it created a bunch of prompts inside this, but Flora has this option called split list into block, and this node is very smart, and it converted the 4 prompts within this one text box into 4 individual prompts or prompt boxes. Same we did for same instruction for Opus, and we split into 4 text prompts here also, and for Gemini also. So we had around like 12 prompts. Now these prompt doesn't have anything to do with the object or our perfume. It is just meant to create the stylized image of a model, and different scenes, different camera shot, different expressions, mood, blah 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 blah. Now the next phase of this workflow is the image generating model. So I was testing with Imagen, which is a text to image generating model or generator by Google, and it is one of the best models out there still. And then I chose Higgsfield because Higgsfield also has a slightly stylistic flair to it. It's not the best in terms of high quality, but it is good with the aesthetically pleasing and that moody vibes that we see with Midjourney images. And the third model that I chose for this images was Seedream. So as you can see, we have different images from these 3 models in different aspect ratio. However, most of the time I just liked what Seedream created. For example, here you can see in this image just a second, this model, okay, the image may be slightly blurry, but I think that this still goes with our vibe. She has tiredness and imperfection in terms of her hair, a little bit messy, and there is like broken stairs, and Higgsfield also did a good job in terms of how Imagen performed. It is doing a very studio and very prepared look, which I don't want to go for, so I just generated a bunch of images with it, but I had to skip it. Later on I just tried to stick with Seedream, and as you can see, I did not even test it with Imagen and Higgsfield for the rest of the prompts, and similarly here as well. So yeah, you can see like I like this image so much and this is also good, so good. So then when I found that okay, there are a bunch of images which are good and the models look good and the vibe is perfect, I decided now to play around with the last phase, or like play around the main idea that I had, which was to showcase our product here in the hands or somewhere around these models. So yeah, I tested with, and I knew like for these models it would be difficult to place that product, so I did not even care to try, because this was just a workflow for sharing with you guys. So I went with this one. I used Nano Banana and simply wrote, while keeping the model consistent, show her holding this perfume by Dior called Poison Girl. Keep it aesthetically, mood and color grading wise same. And yeah, you can see it did a good job here. Of course, it can be slightly improved. You can have a good images of the product, a bunch of images of the product, so that the Nano Banana model has more context of its size, dimensions, and its and can blend it even more beautifully. And then this was the model I tested with Rev also, which is again image editing tool. Okay, one more thing. So I initially we created these images with Seedream, the first pass, or like text to image. But when I was trying to do image to image, or like edit this image and add product to it with the help of Seedream, it did not perform well. As you can see, like the color of the perfume bottle is very dark, very contrasty, and it is different. So For the image generation, Seedream worked out really well for me, but for image editing, Rev also did not do a good job. It went in some other direction, but Nano Banana did a good justice to it, and I'm happy with it. So the takeaway is, and also like, let me get back to that point again, but yeah, same thing, Seedream did not perform well. It has placed it perfectly, but this is a different bottle. But here you can see Nano Banana did a great job. For the rest of the images, Nano Banana and other editing model also did not perform well. For example, here this is not perfect. Like I might have to like generate 2 or 3 images or 2-3 passes, and then it might have worked. Seedream messed up. Nano Banana messed up here as well. Third hand. Oh god. Here Nano Banana did a good job, but I feel the bottle is slightly bigger, but I think that's fine for now. And then I moved on to, so the key takeaway is that we can choose any of the LLMs for generating the prompts. I think in my case ChatGPT worked out the best, ChatGPT 5, and you can also go for Claude Opus. And for image generation, for this particular style, Seedream 4.0 worked out the best. And for image editing, still we have Nano Banana is one of the best models out there, even though Seedream does perform pretty good in a lot of cases, but it is not Nano Banana killer as a lot of hype masters have hyped. Now after that, I decided to like play around with the concept of videos, because the images is good but videos are better. So now I used a video model called Higgsfield and Van and VO3 as well, VO 3.1 as well. The problem with VO 3.1 is that it has a lot of regulation and it blocks a lot of things. Sora has gone way further with that, and it doesn't allow any human faces, even though it's AI generated, but whatever. So this is the
leaves a velvet trail and a wild memory for the woman who leaves a velvet trail and a wild memory.
Okay, so this looks good.
For the woman,
the quality is also pretty good, and I think VO 3.1 did the best. However, Higgsfield has very much like aesthetic feeling to it. You can see the liquid or the perfume inside the bottle moving or shaking in a very realistic manner. So I think it is close to 3.1. It will be surely very lower in terms of the quality because of the resolution and all, but Van did not do well, even though Van 2.5 is a very powerful model. In this use case, it did not perform well. Then here I think Seedream was fine. I think Seedream did a good job. You can see the waves behind and the water below, so I think I like Seedream here. Here Higgsfield did a good job, you will see. Yeah, so I think for this kind of style, Higgsfield is one of the best models out there. And in Higgsfield I believe I used just a second, maybe general or handheld. I think I used handheld because you can see like this effect of camera, which is like not very like it is smooth, but it is not very smooth, so it feels like slight shaky, which is very relevant to this style. Yeah, so this is the workflow, and I hope you guys will like it. You can I will share it in the comment itself, and you can just simply go to the link and clone it, and then do whatever you want to do with this prompt. Also, the thing that you heard here, where this girl is saying something for the woman who leaves a velvet trail and wild memory, so maybe you will get confused with this particular node here. So I just created this node quickly and asked ChatGPT to create 5 one-liners to attract the ideal customer for this product. So this note can be ignored. It's not relevant. Yeah, I hope you like this video.